They went from being the most Googled people in the world to being deleted off of the entire face of the internet in less than a week. Andrew and Tristan Tate have one of the most controversial rises to fame of all time. Please subscribe. Before we can come to the conclusion on why the Tate brothers deserve to fail, first we need to see how they got famous and tricked their audience into giving them unbelievable amounts of money.
So I'm kind of like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I thought, man, I investigated strip clubs, way too much money. But this asset class of beautiful women was kind of on my mind for a few days. And then by absolute coincidence, I stumbled upon that Hot Girls Want to Talk to You Now or something. And it was one of those webcam websites. And I was like, so these girls sit here and talk to dudes for money. Majority of the job is based on being entertaining and being easy to talk to. And the guys who are talking to you need to find you, that you need to remember their name, remember their dog's name. You have to be smart. You can't just be a girl and be a bimbo and be naked and make money. You have to be really smart, charming, interesting, happy all the time, positive. Mm-hmm. And I thought, I'm going to try this. So I messaged all 5 of my girlfriends, told them I had a job for them, explained to them what I was going to do. I was going to launch this company. 4 of them agreed. All 4 flew in, sat them around the same table. They were all like, who's she, who's she, who's she? I'm like, well, you're all my girlfriends. 2 more left. And then 2 stayed. And that was the beginning of my little attempt at a webcam empire.
In 2008, Andrew Tate would start his career to be a successful kickbox champion.
I just chose kickboxing because it was the only gym I could run to. And my mother and father split up. And I loved my father with all my heart, but chess doesn't pay that much. And he loves booze and gambling and women. So he was broke. When we were in England with my mother, the British social system gives you a government housing. So we were on welfare effectively. So she had no car. And I was going to school, and I was also working in a fish market. And I would carry boxes of ice, like 30 kilo boxes of ice from 7 a.m. till 6 p.m. every day for no money. So I needed a gym where I could run to. I couldn't, there's no other way for me to get there. It was before Uber. I couldn't afford taxis. So the nearest gym I could run to was a kickboxing gym and not a boxing gym. And that's kind of how I ended up kickboxing. My coach was a Bosnian special forces guy, and he was there, and that's it.
In his career, he would actually turn out to be a success with 79 wins and 9 losses. With his fighting career thriving, Andrew Tate got hired to work for a reality TV show called The Ultimate Traveler.
My plan is to lie and cheat my way through this competition.
21-year-old Anglo-American Andrew Tate is a straight-talking entrepreneur with his own advertising company in Luton.
I'm very mentally strong. If I want to achieve something, I will achieve it, because I've never been in a situation in my life so far in my 21 years where I really wanted something and didn't get it. I'm not sure what my fellow travelers will be like. The worst kind of people would either be two-faced people, which is undoubtedly going to happen at some point during this trip. People who seek attention, and anyone who thinks they're exceptionally smart or exceptionally physically capable and they have nothing to back it up. It's going to quickly get on my nerves.
So really, I'm just trying to manipulate her, put her on the side, make her a usable weapon at some point. But I am playing the game. I'm not interested in the money at the end. I'm not interested in the 50% extra budget. I'm interested in winning. And the only reason I'm interested in winning is because I don't think I'll be able to. I'm going to have to manipulate a lot of people to win. I'm going to have to manipulate a lot of people to win.
Andrew, by the end of the show, had become notorious for being a liar and master manipulator. His older brother Tristan Tate was casted to Shipwreck and was also very similar to Andrew, using his manipulation tactics to succeed.
This morning, not much has been done, unfortunately. Everyone's woken up and said, oh, I have to have a washing machine, I have to do this. But in a minute, I'm going to get everyone around the table and announce my island laws. We still have 7 hours of sunlight left, hopefully. And no one's resting until the sun goes down.
Andrew Tate was kicked off for allegedly beating a female with a belt.
Look at the camera. Did I say listen? I said tell the camera I beat you when you don't do as I say. I didn't say the word.
But later on, the girl would come out and make a video saying it was all consensual.
Hi, I'm pretty sure many of you have seen a video of Andrew Tate beating up a woman.
There's a video from 10 years ago that showed me in a sexual act with one of my ex-girlfriends.
And I'm pretty sure not so many of you have seen the same woman coming forward with a statement saying it was nothing but a sex play. So here I am again for the second time. Yes, the woman he has beaten up, and the same woman who has made a statement is me. So I'm coming forward for the second time to just clarify and let everybody know it was nothing but a sex play, consensual, foreplay.
And although Andrew maintained his innocence with that drama, those aren't the reasons that make Andrew Tate an evil human being.
Michael Jackson was anything less than a G. And now all these kids are coming out going, he touched me, he touched me. Let me tell you something. If you were a parent and you let your kid stay around Michael Jackson's house, now you want to come here and be all upset your kid got touched. Who cares? Get over it.
There's a magical power amongst men, which has been forgotten and lost. When you put enough men in the same room, there's a transference of energy that makes us feel invincible. I say all the time, your friends should bring out the worst in you. And when I say the worst, I mean, you know, when you're with your boys and you're loud and you feel aggressive and you're about it and you'll talk to that bitch. Who cares if she says no? They bring out the worst in you because you don't give a fuck anymore. Because what used to happen evolutionarily is when large groups of men got together, you charged at the enemy. You ran at the spear. I got a message on Instagram and it was from a young 17-year-old. And he said, I'll do anything. I want to be mafia like you. Can we work together? And I sat there and I said to Tristan, why does everyone think we're mafia? We're not mafia. Like, we don't run around with machine guns. I mean, obviously we have guns. Our house is full of machetes. Are we mafia? Anyway, I don't think I'm mafia. So I said to Tristan, look, we're not mafia. And Tristan goes, yes, we are. And I said, why? He goes, we're two huge fighting brothers with women naked on the internet who own casinos, who drive around Bucharest, Romania in over $2 million worth of fucking supercars. Everyone's afraid of us. And if anyone did piss us off at any point, even if we didn't want to fuck them up ourselves, we can make one phone call and they'd either be in a ditch or lose their any right to stay here. They'd have some visa issue and kicked out the country, or arrested for no reason and put in a jail cell for months at a time. We are basically as mafia as you can get.
Andrew Tate got banned in 2017 for the first time for a tweet that said, "Depression isn't real. You feel sad, you move on. You will always be depressed. If your life is depressing, well, change it." Andrew's controversy led him to get on the show InfoWars with Alex Jones.
Andrew Tate, good to have you here.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure to be here, Alex. And I think the deplatforming is pretty much the biggest endorsement you can get nowadays. Why would they deplatform you unless you were telling the truth? I think that's the fact behind it all.
Well, they started with us. They're moving on to everybody. Where do you see all this going?
It's difficult because you have a lot of people who will sell their soul, and they sell their soul to the devil just to keep their platform or just to be promoted. I was saying this earlier with David Knight. If you look at the people within the sports world or people within the liberal Hollywood elite, etc., the people who get to the top are the ones who sell their soul and go furthest down the rabbit hole. So it's almost a race to the bottom. Who can be most crazy? Who can be most liberal? Who can sell their soul the quickest? Because that's the only way you get promoted nowadays.
In 2019, Andrew Tate started his motivational, self-improving videos, and he would also make comedic with controversy skits. This is the era where the funniest clips of Andrew Tate were made.
So, Andrew, you know what? You're so rich, but you're smart, and you're actually very intelligent, and I know you'd get really bored of a robot. And I'm sitting there thinking, bitch, I wish to God you were a robot. You better shut the fuck up. We talk about star signs? Oh, yeah, I'm so glad. Tell me more about by Sagittarius rising, you idiot. The world at large has told you, watch Netflix, eat the bugs, watch Disney, don't have a sword, don't walk around with a sword. That's what they want you to do. I hate everyone equally. Don't come at me and call me sexist or racist or any of these things. I hate everyone. I don't care if you're black, white, straight, gay, man and woman. I hate you anyway. You're standing there and they say, oh, I don't actually eat gluten.
Not the same thing.
No. Can you admit you're a monumental failure and there's not a vehicle on earth I can't drive?
But if none of this makes you dislike the Tate brothers, this will.
No, I want a virgin wife at 16 who's going to obey me. That's what I want. I was working as an IT technician in my former high school, fixing laptops. Okay. Got fired from there for sleeping with the head girl. You know how it is. It's hard out here. How old? I was like 18. Oh, shit. And she was 16. So I was like, what's the problem? And they're like, oh, yeah, but you're a member of staff. Da, da, da. Whatever. So
I was contacted by Andrew Tate, the older of the Tate brothers, 3 years ago when I was just 16.
So I messaged her. She's like, I'm only 16. I was like, give a fuck. Know about me. I'm 21. I don't care. Bro, I was banging her, like looking at her Facebook on the phone, like just staring at a different face. Because I had to bang her.